Alright guys, welcome back to this channel. Beautiful Monday morning down here at ZIMM'S Guitars, and this is the guitar that we're going to clean up today, shine up, get it working really good, set it up. I'm going to call this thing a Leo Jaymz. Just came in last week. These are very inexpensive guitars. It is a set neck, and it does say Grover Tuners on it. It's missing a knob. I bought this guitar used. The output jack is the nut came off and it's down in there. It's lost. But like I said, it does have Grover Tuners on it. But again, they could be those fake Chinese Grover ripoffs, because these guitars, brand new, are like 150 bucks. I gave a kid $70 for this guitar in its current condition. And you know, it's crazy because back in the day, when I first started flipping guitars, you know, 8 years ago, even 10 years ago, any guitar, Les Paul style, that had a set neck like this, it's pretty much, if you offer them 200 bucks, that was kind of any of the old Epiphone stuff. If it had a set neck like this, and it wasn't a bolt-on, then usually you were pretty safe offering somebody 200 bucks for it. Now they got these things brand new for like 150 bucks. So the guitar market, because of China, is really come a long way. China guitars, there are some pretty nice ones nowadays, and you guys all know that a lot of the Epiphone stuff is all China. There's Eastman guitars is all China. There's a lot of stuff that's all China now. I think China has finally figured it out, how to make a good guitar. But let's get into this thing. Well, I think first thing we're going to try to do is get the output jack going again here. So let me grab a screwdriver and let me start in on that. Okay, so I got the jack. Seems like it's okay. Maybe a little loose. Yeah. Need to maybe get back in there and adjust that a little bit more. But it seems like there we go. It works. Let's rip these strings off of here. Had a couple of guys in the store that have seen my YouTube channel, and a nice guy named Dustin was just in here. He bought a t-shirt. Yeah, so I'm actually in my store. I enjoy talking to the guys that come in and they say, hey, I watch your channel, dude. And so, yeah. I will gladly say hi to you guys if you come in the shop. We can have a little conversation about guitars. Guys usually will show me pictures of their guitars on their phones. And then a lot of you local Phoenix guys are nice enough to bring guitars in for me to restring so I can do videos about them. It's one way of kind of showing off your guitar, and then you can kind of read the comments and see what people say about your guitar. It's kind of a fun thing for some guys. Other guys are a little secretive. They don't want anybody to know about their guitar. Some guys got to hide their guitars from their wives. Guys will be in here playing guitars and their phone will ring and it's their wives calling. And they have to run out of the store and pretend they weren't in here. Okay, so one thing that I do on some is I snug these tuner buttons down. See how loose that one is? So when you're tuning the guitar and it's loose like that, you don't know what's going on. You just snug that down a little bit. Now you don't want to tighten it too much because there's that plastic washer in there. But you want to snug it a little bit and it makes them feel more quality. It's just a great idea. Okay, so on this bridge, the way these saddles are, it's going to be way out of intonation. So I'm going to move this E string back. The A string gets moved back. This D string comes forward. And again, I can check this after I get all the strings on there. Bring this G string a little forward. Bring these a little bit more forward. But this sort of looks closer to where most guitars intonate properly. The G string is always back really far. So, yeah. That looks a little bit closer right there. Let me look through my bag of parts and see if I have a knob that fits on this. Okay, I've got this box of random knobs, and so we need just a black speed knob. So here's a couple. This one looks like a good example of a knob that should fit on here and look nice. So let's see if it'll actually do it. There we go. I have this one, but it's a little bit taller and it's older looking, so I'll save that for some old Les Paul that never comes in, but hopefully someday one will. Alright, so we got the output jack back on here. And we've got our saddles adjusted a little bit. Let's do the old shine the frets up thing. And there's guys that say, hey, have you ever tried steel wool? So I think I've got a little piece of steel wool down here. So just for some of those guys that say, hey, you know, you can use steel wool to do that. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover this up with some tape. Okay. And then I got this steel wool right here. So same technique, we're using steel wool this time. Instead of sandpaper. So I got my fretboard guard on here. Little bit of steel wool. I get a lot of guys that comment, hey, you can use steel wool too. And so, yeah, that is true. You can use steel wool. Does the same thing. I usually use sandpaper, but this time we're shining these babies up with steel wool. You never know. Maybe I'll change my mind and start using steel wool all the time. Just that easy right there. Yes, and so then once you get down into this part of the fretboard, use your smaller fretboard guard. But the steel wool kind of comes apart on you, unlike the sandpaper, and so that's why you protect the pickups, because you don't want these little pieces of that steel wool to get all over the place. So I think we're okay now. Let's pull this tape off. Okay, now what we get to do is my favorite thing. It's putting some F1 oil on the fretboard. You guys know I love doing this. Every video I do the same thing. Have any of you guys noticed that? Alright. He's doing the same thing in every video. Kind of like the Craig Ferguson show.
Look, the G-Line will fly. It's pretty good. It's not bad. It's pretty good. G-Line will fly replaced by the
Jimmy Fallon fly.
Oh, it's so great. I'm a fly. Wow, I got wings. Cool, neat. Wow, awesome, awesome. Whoa, whoa. How'd I get this show? I don't know. Whoa.
Remember how they used to joke about doing the same show every night? They would just do the same show. It's kind of what I do here. I see absolutely no fret wear down here in the cowboy chords. You know, I'm kind of thinking now, just looking at this, that some of these frets look a little bit rough. And so I'm not exactly 100% sure if I like the results from the steel wool. So I'm going to cut a little bit of sandpaper. So this is 1500 grit sandpaper. So I'm still trying to decide my best procedure. So let's see here. Fold some of this over. It looks way better. I think I get better results with the sandpaper than the steel wool. It smooths them out a little bit better. Where did I start at? Right here. Easy. All right. So then once again, just gonna wipe off the excess of that F1 oil. Okay. Now let me get my camera and bring it in here. Maybe we can get some close-ups for you guys to look at these frets. Not too bad. And down here at the first fret, these are where usually the most little grooves and little dents are in from being played, but I don't see any of that on here. So nice fretboard on this thing. The NAMM show was a couple weeks ago, and a YouTuber, the Bald Shredder, ended up taking home 18 Leo Jaymz guitars. So if you want to learn more about Leo Jaymz guitars, the channel is the Bald Shredder. His name is Richard Jaymz, I think. And so the Bald Shredder is going to be doing a lot of Leo Jaymz content, because rumor is that I heard he packed 18 Leo Jaymz guitars in his car and drove home from NAMM with all of them. And I might do a live stream with him. I got a hold of the Bald Shredder, and I asked him to go live with me. And I don't usually do live stuff very often, but I think this coming up in a week or so, we're going to do a live video. He's going to come on my channel, and we're going to talk about guitars, and we're probably going to talk a lot about these Leo Jaymz. They're an affordable guitar that is pretty damn cool looking. I mean, look at this thing, right? The whole American flag and everything. Okay, so I just made a little adjustment. I took the back plate off here and made a little adjustment so that the toggle switch would be more up and down, front pickup, rear pickup. It's labeled rhythm and treble. Before it was a little kind of going side to side, so I've got that going straight up and down. And a lot of times what I will do is just take some of my dry electronic cleaner, and I'll spray it down in there, and that'll soak down in there, and that'll kind of clean it up in case you get any little dust down in there. It adds a little bit of static once in a while, so that's an easy cleanup right there. So I was able to get that done. Okay, so as far as fret sprout, the neck feels really good. There's maybe just a little bit kind of down in this center right here that's kind of, this area right here, they feel a little bit rough. So I have my StewMac fret file, and it's got the top of it is flat across. The bottom of it is sort of rounded. So you take that rounded edge, and you just slowly and carefully kind of round over the top, and you get that little tiny roughness off of the edge right there. One or two nice delicate little passes with the file will kind of knock that down. And we'll do a little bit in this direction. There you go. So much better right there. Well, I don't know which one is that right there. There we go. That's all I need to do to those fret ends. Okay, she's ready for some strings. Today's string choice, super slinky Ernie Ball, 9 through 42. Right here, made in America. Headquarters in Coachella, California. Super Slinkies. America's favorite brand. I know, I'm talking like I'm doing a commercial, right? Made in the good old USA in recyclable paper. Okay. Alright, so this is a top loader here. Right through this tailpiece, the stop bar. All right. Again, these are very, very inexpensive guitars. And they're great platforms to do some modifications if you want to put a nicer set of pickups in it. I have no idea what this guitar sounds like. It might need some nice pickups put in it. Or, you know, you never know. These things could come off like some average Epiphone sounding stuff. Some of those factories in China, you're not sure what guitars they're making. Is it an Epiphone factory that makes these? I'm sure that you could do research and figure some of that out. And again, Leo Jaymz, there's a YouTuber, the Bald Shredder, bought 19 of these or 18 of these things at the NAMM show last month. But this guitar is probably 2, 3, 4 years old. I don't see any serial number on it. A lot of scratches on the back. I could maybe buff that out. Maybe I should do that. The front of the guitar looks pretty nice. I love the American flag thing on there. Good old America. having a hard time seeing where the string goes in. There it is. The nut feels pretty good. There's no sharp edges on either side of it here. So, yeah, I just kind of take my finger and my thumb and I rub it against each side. And it feels pretty quality right there. Not too bad. You know, and it's a very inexpensive guitar, but I think that's sort of a marketing kind of thing that guys are doing now. They end up with companies are doing this where they end up with a brand new guitar brand, and so they sell them very, very, very cheap for the first couple of years. Like, for example, Harley Benton guitars. Really, really inexpensive for the first couple of years, and now they're sort of priced accordingly after everybody has heard about them. And then there's also Firefly guitars. Very, very inexpensive, but now after a couple of years, their prices have gone up a little bit. And now they're priced more accordingly. I know that Hard Luck Kings, is it Hard Luck Kings? Yeah, Hard Luck Kings guitars. They were very inexpensive. Now they're priced more accordingly. I could probably come up with a few more that were so cheap you can't believe how cheap they were. And then after 5 years or so being in business, then they started pricing them at sort of regular, normal pricing. But it's all in an effort to get the name recognition out there. Because in the guitar market, name recognition is almost the most important part. Is people gotta understand the name. You gotta see a name on the headstock that they recognize. And there's companies that, again, and I even made a video, anybody can have their own guitar brand. There's a company called, I believe it's called Sun Smile, and they were at the NAMM show. Every year they're at the NAMM show. And you can order guitars from them, and you can just put whatever logo you want on the headstock. And guys are like, Zim, you should have your own guitar brand. But you know what? It wouldn't do me any good. It wouldn't sell. They wouldn't sell. You need years and years of name recognition to do anything. Let me go ahead and cut these strings off at the end here. Alright, so we're getting very close to being done, but I'm looking at the back here. And it's in kind of rough shape, so I think I'm going to just get my buffing wheel out, and I'm going to try to shine up the back of this guitar to make it look better. Because I'm trying to sell this thing, so let's shine the back of this guitar up.
Yeah, he's going to shine it up real nice.
Alright, McGuire's Ultimate Compound. It's not the hood of an old Mustang we're working on here. Just gonna put some on the back. Oh, whoa, 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 that's way too much.
You screwed it up!
Oh, okay. I can see what happens here for a little while. Get the back of it now. Okay, since I have this much on here, I'll slide around on the face and get the face of this real quick. Okay, so she's kind of signed up. Let's tune it. All right, so we've got strings on it now. It's in pitch. I'm just looking down the neck and looking at the bridge. And it kind of looks like this side of the bridge is up a little bit higher than the low side. Okay, so all you got to do is I always just throw it up on my knee. Okay, I think I can lower the high side of the bridge a little bit. Okay, let's look again. I'm going to stretch the strings out a little bit. Let's tune it up one more time. Getting a little buzz there. Let's grab my notched straight edge. And yeah, this is my straight edge. And this size says short scale, and I believe that's what this is. There it is. Let's take a look now. I'm just going to look underneath here to see if we've got any relief under the neck. And yeah, it looks like there is a little relief, so we could tighten the truss rod a little bit if we wanted to. So let's do that. Let me see if I got the right truss rod tool that'll go in here. There it is. Just got to make sure that you always use the right truss rod tool. Okay, and so if I tighten it a little bit towards me, it went, it moved. Okay, let's double check now again one more time. Yep, got rid of a little bit of that. The neck is straighter now. It's a lot straighter. Look at that fancy camera work, guys. I know you guys are all impressed with my camera work. Honestly, the hardest thing of making a video is getting the camera in the right spot. Let's plug this thing in. See if she makes noise. I'm just going to play it a little bit, just to kind of see if I like the guitar. So real quick, I think that my toggle switch might be upside down. Because to me that sounds like the bridge I mean the neck pickup. Yep. So I need to get in there and flip that switch around. I mean, it's okay for the price of this thing. Again, for the price of this thing. Let's look at if the strings are intonated properly. So it's kind of fretting out there. Is it hitting the pickup? It might be hitting the pickup a little bit. Kind of need to lower that pickup. Now here's what the problem will be, is it'll fall off the screw. The pickup will fall off the screw and fall down in there. There we go. Just a little bit. Alright, so flat, forward. Okay, so I'm going to bring this saddle forward. Because when you play a chord, it sounds like you're out of tune. Alright, so let's see here. Let's see what that did. Needs to go a lot more. Okay, let's see now. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's try again here. It's getting better. The low string is fretting out. I think what's going on is the fretboard kind of climbs up there. It's not real flat. So I'm going to raise. There it is. I'm going to raise it a little bit. The action's too low. Raise it just a little bit. That could be the downfall of this guitar. It's just that the neck is not real straight. Kind of needs possibly needs a level and a crown. It's getting better. I have to bring the saddle a little bit more forward. There we go. Ooh, that went a lot. I just kind of pushed it. Sometimes you gotta getting closer. Yeah, so when I first adjusted these things, and I probably should just go ahead and bring this A string back while I'm in here, because it's doing probably going to do the same exact thing. Okay. Stretch on this guy a little bit. Turn it back up. So you can mess with the guitar, and if you spend enough time on it, you'll finally get it dialed in. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to do my D string, and I can bring that saddle forward a little bit if I can. Yeah, so if you tune your guitar and you're playing chords and it just sounds out of tune, it just most of the time it means that your guitar is not intonated properly. Let's see what my high E string's showing me. That's good. B string's okay. All right. So I'm thinking it's a little better now. It's not too bad, guys. It definitely, you need to set and make sure that it is set up. It's got to be set up as good as you can humanly get it set up to be a nice playing guitar. It's not perfect, but it's getting better. And it's a very inexpensive guitar. And if your hobby is fixing up guitars and getting cheap guitars out of pawn shops and doing good setups on them, you can get them to play pretty good. I actually did find a truss rod cover up here that fits. I had a truss rod cover. But anyhow, guys, that's my video for today. Thank you guys for watching. Everybody consider hitting that like button and check out some of my links down in the description. There's an Amazon link. If you guys go on Amazon I made like $44, woo, last month from you guys going on Amazon and buying dog food and adult diapers and anything you guys might need. Click on my Amazon link and consider Patreon. Consider possibly becoming a channel member. And also my shred collaboration video. Submit some of you guys playing your guitar. About 2 weeks ago I put up an introduction video where I'm putting together a shred collaboration video, and I need more participants. If I don't get enough participants, I won't be able to do the video. So I need more of you guys to do that shred collaboration video. And I am going to do a live stream on Saturday. What would be the date? Oh, shoot, I don't know what the date is. Today is the Saturday the 11th, maybe? Saturday the 12th? But the Bald Shredder is going to do a live stream with me on Saturday. And I don't know what the date is right in front of me, darn it. But he's got a whole bunch of these Leo jams, and he went to the NAMM show. He's got a whole bunch of these things. And there you guys have it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you guys a lot. Everybody have a great day.